Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. How is this going to impact your life and how should you be prepared for the consequences? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's go. I also want to put out a disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor, so this video is only for education and entertainment purpose, so that you don't sue me. What's up everyone, welcome to another video. If you are in tech industry, you have most likely heard the news about Silicon Valley Bank, which was in Silicon Valley, collapsed. I'm not going to talk about why it collapsed and what happened and how and all of that. There are several people who made the video about this, so you should go and check it out for your understanding of how financial system works. I have already done that part. I'm going to talk about in this video the 5 things which you need to do immediately to save yourself or to be prepared for the consequences. Why I say consequences? Because the bank was big. There are a lot of tech companies who were relied on it. There are a lot of people who had uninsured money in that, which means this is going to ripple down into other tech market, stock market, and job layoffs and recessions and all of that. So I want you to be prepared for it. So here are the 5 things you should start preparing yourself. Number 1 is check your bank account. Is it FDIC-insured? This was one of the big thing about this whole Silicon Valley Bank thing. So number 1 thing is there are banks in United States which are not secured by FDIC. When I say FDIC, it's basically securing you, giving an insurance that your money is safe until and up till I think $250,000. So make sure that your money is secured and your bank account is FDIC secured / insured. Number 2 is starting your emergency fund or updating your emergency fund to have 3 to 6 months of your salary or living expenses. So if you're making $5,000 a month, you need to have $15,000, or if your monthly expenses including rent, bills, utilities, all kinds of payments is maybe $2,500, then you need to have $2,500 into 6, whatever that amount is. And the reason is because of this collapse, there might be ripple effect on the job market. There are tech startups who were relied on this bank and now they might not have money to pay to their employee, which means they're going to get laid off, which means this will trickle down into other things. So if you lose your job, you need to have at least 6 months of your living expenses covered. So that way, when you're looking for another job, you're not worried about where the money is going to come, where the food is going to come from. That is already done and settled for you. Number 3 is don't invest into something you don't understand, and at least don't invest until your emergency savings have been secured. Why I say that is because of this collapse. This is going to impact into stock market. Already if you see that there is a stock market downfall last week, this might impact more, and because of that what will happen is there are people who are going to come up and say, oh, it's a discount, you should buy it and all of that. I agree with that you should buy it, but only if your 3 to 6 months of emergency fund is ready, secured, you have the extra cash at disposal, then only do it. Do not do it before that. And number 2 is don't invest into something you don't understand. Meaning if people are coming out and saying that, oh, this is the right time to buy crypto or this is the right time to buy a single stock. No, don't listen to them unless you understand what you're doing. And if you want an advice, I would recommend you to invest only in index fund or mutual fund because they are way more secure than individual company stock. And if you do want recommendation on which index fund you should invest into, I'm going to put it in the description. So go check it out. I only invest in index funds and mutual funds now on, and they are mainly Vanguard's mutual funds or index funds. So I'll put it down and you should be good to go. Moving on to number 4, which is preparing for your next job. Now, I'm not saying that you are going to get laid off. I'm also not wanting you to be scared and be really afraid of that. Is this going to start a recession? We don't know that, but I want you to be prepared for your next job. Meaning if you are about to get laid off tomorrow or next week, are you prepared? Are you ready? Is your resume updated? Are you ready for interviews? If not, I would spend maybe 30 minutes every single day to work on your profile building, to do the whole thing again, however you would do find a job search. My recommendation is spend 15 to 30 minutes every day, work on your resume, update your LinkedIn profile, and then finally start preparing for interviews, whatever interviews you are going to have. So start working on that right now. Last but not least is to be a high performer at your current job. Why I say that? The most important and secure thing is going to be your income. If recession happens, if inflation happens, if these things turn into a big, 2008 all over again or whatever, the only thing you can have is your income. And you want to make sure that it is secure. How do you make sure that it is secure and layoff proof? You become the high performer at your job. You should always be a high performer. So how do you become a high performer? It's really simple. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, even if you do the basics, I think you will become high performer already. Show up in all the meetings, show up on time, do whatever is given to you. Do not procrastinate. Upskill yourself in your current job. Try to take more opportunities, more projects, and try to be more involved and more than what they have asked you. So that way you become a high performer, high achiever. I will probably make a separate video on how to become a high performer, but get started today. I know I said 5 things, but here let me throw a bonus tip for you. If you're planning to do a big purchase, like maybe buying a house or buying a car or going on an expensive luxury vacation, or maybe getting married, make sure your expenses do not eat up your emergency savings. I have seen this habit a lot in a lot of people, that they make the purchase thinking that, I'm going to take it from emergency fund. I already have 6 months of saving. It doesn't matter if I take 3 months of saving right now to do this. And, over time, I'm going to fill that up and fill that saving up. Don't make that mistake. Do not even touch that emergency saving which you have. Keep it aside for unseen, circumstances. Instead, what I would do is, if after that, start saving for whatever you want to buy. Like if you want to buy a car, or if you want to buy a home or get married, start saving for that specifically, and then only use that fund to do whatever you want to buy. And finally, don't take any big debt, like don't have a high credit card debt or anything like that, because that should just go without saying, because you then have an additional payment to make. I hope this was helpful. I'll put these 2 videos right here if you want to learn more about personal finance, or if you want to learn about more how to get job ready. These are the playlist. Go check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day.